I've had a lot of people that have asked me, like, what exactly do I say? What exactly do I do? Because I feel like I'm getting baited into an argument. What do I do? What exactly do I say to avoid getting into an argument? What's going on, everybody? This your man, Lucky. I'm back, man. I'm back with another one. I hope everybody's doing good. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the principles that I apply in my life, my everyday life, to avoid arguing with a woman. I've done videos in the past talking about it's not masculine for men to argue with women. If you haven't checked out any of those videos, do me a favor, go check out those videos, man. You must understand, man, that it is not masculine at all to argue with women, especially your women, but I mean just women in general. Before I get into the 5 principles that I use, let me say this. If you're in a relationship, and it doesn't matter the status of your relationship, I don't care if you're dating, it doesn't matter if you're in a long-term relationship or if you're married, okay? Women view men who argue as weak. Arguing is emotional. As a masculine man, working on yourself to be the most masculine version of yourself, you do not want to be emotional. Masculine men are emotionally stable. Now, there are 2 things that I've noticed in my life. Number 1, when it gets to the point in my relationship where, we're constantly arguing, I realize that that's the point of almost like the point of no return. If my lady, if we're arguing, you know what I'm saying, on a consistent basis, day to day, whatever like that, man, look, she's at the point where she's lost respect. She's at the point where she's losing attraction or has already lost attraction. I mean, it's just an all around bad situation. So if you find yourself where you're arguing all the time, you got to understand that it's bigger than just the arguing, okay? Yeah, you may be going through a rough patch or whatever the case is, but understand, a woman who respects you is not going to argue with you. That's based on my experience. A woman who respects you, she's not going to argue with you. She's not going to be combative and things of that nature, okay? A woman who truly respects you, she's going to respect what it is that you say, and she's going to communicate in a way to where it's not an argument. Arguing is just unhealthy way of communicating, guys. So you have to understand that, all right? And then another thing I want to say is that usually when a woman argues with you guys, usually the argument is not about the argument. The argument itself is about something else, some underlying issue that has not been addressed in the relationship. It simply rears its ugly head during the time where you're having a conversation and she's feeling some type of way, and then, tempers flare, and then it comes out in an argument. The argument is never about whatever it is that you're arguing about. It's deeper than that. It goes back deeper, okay? It's a bigger issue. So if you find yourself arguing and stuff with your lady, you got bigger problems. But look, guys, I'm gonna get straight into it, man. The 5 principles that I apply, you know what I'm saying, in my life to avoid arguing. Number 5, guys, remain calm. Look, man, if you having a regular conversation and everything seems cool, and then you start to notice that she got a little attitude, she's getting aggravated or whatever, her body language is off, she's talking slick and all of that, remain calm. Everything doesn't need to be said, guys. Like, I know, man, sometimes women may say something slick or whatever. Everything doesn't need to be said. You don't have to respond to everything that's said. Remain calm. Do not get emotional. Take a deep breath if you have to. Take a deep breath, count to 3, count to 5, count to 10, but remain calm. That is very, very important. Do not mirror her behavior. If she getting all loud and rah, 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 and all this kind of stuff, you don't got to do the same. You got to remain calm, stand strong, just keep an even tone. Remain in your masculine frame. Don't let her knock you out of your frame, guys. That's not what masculine men do, okay? Remain calm. That's number 5. Next, guys, number 4, man. Number 4 thing is this, man. If she's talking to you in a disrespectful manner, you have to check that right then and there. You do not allow disrespect to go unchecked. Now, I ain't saying, man, that, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, knock her upside the head with a frying pan and all of that, man. I'm not saying you got to do all of that if she, say something slick or call you out your name or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying you got to do all of that, but what I'm saying is you let her know that you don't tolerate any disrespect, and you let her know that the conversation is not going to continue until, she calms down and she's able to talk to you in a respectful tone, in a respectful manner. And until then, the conversation is over. And you have to stand on that. Don't go back and forth with her about whether or not the conversation is going to be over. When you tell her the conversation over, that's it. Then she went, oh no, the conversation's not over. You going to talk to me, and then you going to go, no, I'm not going to talk to you. You talking to me like that. Now you're going to sit there and argue about y'all not going to argue. You arguing about not arguing because she's talking to you in a disrespectful manner. Meanwhile, she's talking to you in a disrespectful manner about y'all not arguing. Y'all arguing over not arguing. It doesn't make sense, man. All right. Do not ever allow disrespect, okay? Disrespect only allows more disrespect. You have to understand that. You have to check that. And like I said earlier, most of the time when a woman argues with you is because she does not respect you. She's losing attraction for you, and usually it's something else that's going on that's bigger than whatever it is y'all talking about right now, guys. So you never ever accept disrespect. Remain calm, and if she's disrespectful in her tone, she's disrespectful in her language, you end the conversation right there, and you got to stand on it, man. Period. That's it. Period. Point blank. All right, guys, that was my number 4. Here we go with number 3, man. Listen, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Just sit back and listen to what she's saying. I know she's gonna repeat back some stuff that you said you was gonna do, or some stuff that you said you was, and she just be going on and on and on. And you be like, yo, what are you talking about, man? I've been through it, man. You said you was gonna clean the this, and you said you was gonna. I didn't say I was gonna do that. We didn't have a conversation about that. Yes, we did. Blah. Listen, man, they be coming up with all kind of stuff that you ain't say. You didn't say you was gonna do that. They like to take your words and interpret them and change them around. And you said one thing, but she's saying you said something different. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you like, yo, what is going on here? I know it's hard, man. It's hard because they be coming up with all kind of stuff, man. But just sit back and just listen and pay attention. Don't just turn your head and just like, yeah, whatever, like that. Like, really pay attention, like, for real. Listen to what the actual issue is that she's saying she has. What is the actual issue? And you got to be clear on what the actual issue is. All right, guys? So like I said, don't say nothing. Let her say whatever it is that she wants to say. Just let her say it. Don't correct her when she's wrong. Because, I don't know, in my experience, man, 90% of the stuff that is being said is totally inaccurate. You know what I mean? You quoting stuff that I didn't say I was going to do. You're saying that you told me stuff that you didn't tell me. It just be ridiculous. Like I said, the real issue is something totally different that doesn't have anything to do with what they're talking about right now. But just listen to what they're saying, guys. That's my number 3. Number 2 is this. Be clear on what the issue is. So now what I do is, once I sit back and I listen to whatever it is that you got to say, right? She's saying this and she's saying that and all that. Wow. Okay, cool. Again, man, I don't get into no debates. I'm not trying to correct any bad information that she gave or anything like that. My number 2 is to be clear. Be clear on what the issue is. Okay, so look, what's the actual issue? And what I do is I like to repeat back what the actual issue is so that we're clear. Like, okay, so you're saying bye. So this is what the issue is. Yes, that's the issue. That's my issue. Okay. So once that issue is solved, right, we good, right? See, guys, you got to understand, man, you're a problem solver, man. When you're in a relationship, guys, you are the problem solver. So at the end of the day, that's what you got to do. You got to solve the problem. So again, my number 2 is to be clear on what the problem is. And now just moving on to number 1 thing, guys, solve the problem. That's it. Whatever the issue is, solve the problem. Just solve it. Now, I'm not saying that you got to jump through hoops and do all kind of stuff that you're not able to do and do all kind of stuff that you're not required to do and all of that. I'm not saying that. But if it's a legitimate issue and, y'all guys are in a relationship or whatever, as the man, as the masculine man in a relationship, you're supposed to solve the problem. So this is what you must do, guys. You must solve the problem. It's that simple. The only time arguments occur in any relationship that I've been in is because the relationship itself is problematic. It's already a problem. The relationship is already going downhill. That's my indication of where we are in this relationship. Based on arguments. It's that simple. again, man, when a woman does not respect you, she's going to argue. It's like a challenge. It's like a verbal war. That's really what it is. It's like a verbal war. See, a woman cannot beat you with her hands, but she can beat you with her words. And that's what women do. All right, guys, I hope y'all like this video. If you like the content, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Check out some other content on my channel. If you like the other content, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your support. All right, y'all, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.